YouTubers? Welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of MLB 13 Road to the Show with Theo Bonds. And before we start the episode, I want to say a belated happy opening day. About a day or two late here, but welcome the 2014 baseball season. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go. And also, belated happy first day for MLB 14 to show. Now, eventually I will start a series on that game. I believe we're going to, ideally I'm going to have start a series with Theo Bonds in that series, but also thinking about creating a pitcher for that series. But anyway, as you look here, enough about 14, but let's go ahead and get to this episode here. As you see, we're seeing the numbers for the playoff leaders so far in the playoffs here, and both in the American League and National League. Of course, we're getting ready for our next series, which is for the National League Championship game, the NLCS. And we have to play against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, here in a bit, we'll hear from the guys from the booth, Matt Excursion and crew, talk about what both teams need to do in the postseason. And there you see some numbers there. You guys want to check out those numbers, you guys can pause the video, as always. Check out the numbers, see who did what, and so on and so forth. But just showing you some stats here as we get ready for the NLCS. And as you know, Theo Bonds, that you see so far in the playoffs, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and a 286 average right now. So doing pretty well. Got 2 home runs so far in his career when it comes to the postseason. Hopefully we'll see some more out of him. And then you see Eric Akbar with 2 home runs leading the American League there on the American League side. Now, as you see here, the Angels and I believe it's the Angels and the Yankees, yes, are getting ready for the American League Series, American League Championship Series over there. On our side, as you see, Diamondbacks and St. Louis. So right now we're going to go to the booth and talk to listen to the guys in the booth talk about this NLCS battle between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
There's a great arm out there. Might be deep enough.
To call the atmosphere here charged would be doing it a disservice. It is positively electric in this place as we get you set for postseason baseball on the show. It's Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and top to bottom, I think both of these clubs have a lot of different guys that can beat you. It might not just be the stars that dominate this series. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if some of the lesser-known guys here wind up stealing the show.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next.
So now with the pageantry all over with, now we can finally get into some baseball. As you see here, we're going to get to his first at-bat here in the NLDS against Ian Kennedy and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And here you see a 1-2 pitch right here, and he ends up going for that 2-seam fastball right there out of the zone. And you know how Theo is. He likes to, he sees a fastball, he wants to go after it. So like I said, there you see Angels already 2 games up on the New York Yankees there. They need 2 more and to win to go to the World Series. As for us, we're just starting this series out, and hopefully we can get a good Game 1 and get a good fitting in this series here. But there you see, this one's going deep, and this one's back, and it's hit to the warning track there at second at bat in this first game, Game 1 of this NLCS. And there you see Bonds getting, and they say it's a decent at bat, but not what he wants. So we'll go ahead and get to some defense here, which is kind of rare here on this series with Theo. We don't see too much of his defense, but you see he gets a routine grounder there to the second baseman, and Theo is able to get him out there at first. So where you see Molina, Ugla, and and so on coming up in the next bat there. But then here in the top of bottom of the 6th here, he gets a nice single there. I was thinking about getting a double, but I decided not to. Theo doesn't have the best wheels on the team there, so he decides, nope, just going to go for that single, and hopefully someone can move me over. Hopefully that Holiday that hits behind him can knock him over and get him over to in scoring position. So we'll see the replay here. This one's ripped right down the third base line. Nice hit. No one was able to get to that ball. And if Theo did have some speed, he probably would have got a double at that time. So bottom of the 8th here, as you see, 6-1. We're trailing by 5. Nobody on board, nobody out, and a 1-2 pitch. And Bonds goes after that one. This time it's a slider out of the zone. And so, so far his at-bats here in this first game of the series is not helping the team out at all, and definitely not helping his stats so far in this series. And then you see Ian Kennedy, who pitched a miraculous game as so far at this point in this ball game, was just pretty much lights out and was there to do his job. So we go to the bottom of the 9th here. We do scrounge up 2 more runs to make it 6-3. Runners at first and 2 outs. And there you see Bonds gets goes for it, but gets the drop third strike, and they do some house duty there by getting him out at the out at first. So there you see the Diamondbacks win the first game, so they get basically now they set the pace for the ball game. As you see there, we lose at home, so we lose game 1 of the American League Central. But you gotta, like I said, that's game 1. You always want to win game 1, but game 1 is not necessarily crucial, not that important. But game 1, winning the game 1, you kind of set the pace and set get the temperature of the game of how the rest of the series is going to be played out. So as you see there, J.J. Putz gets the save there for that nice strikeout there on Bonds. But we'll see who the player of the game is here in just a bit. If I'm not mistaken, with his great performance he had on the field, it is, I believe, Ian Kennedy who is our player of the game. Yeah, there you see 8 innings pitched, gave up 10 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. There you see, and we got a Cardinals player over there giving him a hard time. Can't tell what Cardinals player it was, but obviously had some words to say to Ian Kennedy. Hopefully they were, decent words like, "Hey man, you played, pitched a good game, but we'll get you next time." But of course, in the highlights they show Theo striking out there on that slider there. I don't know why they do that, but I guess that's just a jab at Theo right there. Of course, he is, the home run king this year, hitting 74. So maybe that's just some, just kind of jabbing fun at me with the series. But there you see Diamondbacks lead the series 1-0. So we go to game 2, and a beautiful night again. The crowd is very hyped. Of course, St. Louis is well known to being a baseball community, great baseball city, and they love the Cardinals year in, year out, regardless of how they fare. But there you see Strasburg loses the first game of the series. There you see 6-3. Ian Kennedy is the winner in that series. So now we go ahead and we go to Lynn here, who we're hoping can help us out here in this series by tying the series 1-1 as we get ready to go to game 3, which game 3, 4, and 5 will be played in Arizona. So we got to win this one and then try to win the next 3 to win the series. So you see Daniel Hudson, 2.16 ERA for the season, and I believe he will be the starter for them on the mound. As we see their lineup here, and then you see Jason Kubel, who's been on fire as of late. I don't know if you guys seen it early in this video, but if you've seen his numbers, he is like on fire right now in the playoffs, and he's definitely a dangerous hitter. So Lance Lynn is going to have to do everything and anything and everything to make sure Kubel does not continue his hitting streak here in the playoffs. So there you see 10 ERA so far in the playoffs. Not the kind of ERA you want in the playoffs coming in. So hopefully, if he is pitching a bad game, which what I'm saying, thinking of bad game, is just give up hits, but get in. Oh, never mind. Let's go ahead and get to the playoff or get to the action here. There you see Theo Bonds hits that one, his first at bat there, and gets a home run. So there you see Theo Bonds gets his home run, his 3rd home run of the season, and there you see trotting around. But going back to what I was saying, that's not an ERA you want to have coming into the playoffs, and definitely not against a team that's hitting really well like the Diamondbacks. So there you see Theo Bonds hit his 3rd home run of the playoffs there. We'll see the replay here. Don't mean to knock on the home runs on Theo, but this one, just like all the others right there, 446 feet home run, if I can spit that out there to you guys, and definitely puts him on the board. So 1-0, bottom of the 4th here, count is full, and there you see he hits that one right towards the shortstop and gets the easy out right there on Bonds, a routine ground ball out right there. And as you see here, again, Diamondbacks lead the series 1-0 so far. So we gotta win this one to split the series, and so we can go to Arizona and hopefully win the next 3 to end this series, and hopefully play against whoever wins out of the American League Series. So we'll go bottom of the 7th here, 2-2, 1-1 ball game. You see Bonds strikes out on that pitch right there, and definitely not at bat that he wanted. So we'll go ahead and get to the end of the game here. As you see, a final score of 3-1. We lose this one. His Bonds 1 for 3 for the day, a home run and RBI. So now we're down by 2 games, and now it's definitely time to hit the panic button. We're going to Chase Field, down by 2 games. Game 3. All they need to do is win 2 at home, and they win the National League Championship title and go on to the World Series. So we definitely have to put everything to the side, forget about the first 2 games, and basically say, you know what, this is game 1. We're going to start here. We're going to begin this 3rd game and treat it like game 1. Go back and look at the first two games and see what we did wrong and correct that stuff, and make sure we get a win in this one. So there you see our National League Cy Young winner, Adam Wainwright, is going to be our pitcher for the Cardinals here. And of course, just like in St. Louis, a packed house here, and you see all the players being called out and getting recognized. And of course, there's our star right there, Theo Bonds, center, talking look like John Jay there about possible strategy that the Cardinals can do in this ball game to get back a game and stop the momentum on them. If we can just get this one game, we can force a game 6 and move the game back to St. Louis so we can get a chance to win it at home. So there you see 2 starts already in the playoffs, and there you see he's already won one of those starts already. So we'll see what our Cy Young winner can do, represent the National League here, and we'll see if he, of course, batting 9th here, can pitch a spectacular showcase of a game as he has all season long. So there you see the Cardinals just show their lineup and what it's going to be. And then you see Brian McCarthy. He has already had one game. He won that game, and he had a complete game. Had 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 5 hits in the ball game with a win. So we'll see what he does against Theo Bonds in this series. So there you see an 0-2 pitch, and there you see a cutter outside, and Bonds goes after it and swings and a miss right there. Definitely a strikeout and not helping the cause here. He's already struck out too much in this series. And talking to him after the game, or actually before this game, he said that was one thing that was kind of on his mind a lot. He's trying to block it out. So go to the top of the 4th here, nobody on board, nobody out. And then again, they get on the cutter right there, almost in the same exact location as the first one. So there you see again, Theo just thinking a little too much at the plate, and just needs to go out there and just find his pitch and put a charge behind it. There you see a strikeout once again. Shorten that swing, which he does not need to do right now. So top of the 6th here, we're still trailing by 1. There you see a chopper right there towards the third baseman, and it's a routine play. Make that a 5-3 play right there. So get your scorecards out and mark that, guys. So there you see Bonds coming back to the plate again for his next at bat here, and I believe we're tied 1-1. Runners on the corners, and they decide, you know what? We're just going to just go ahead and give you a free base. So they decide not to put Bonds. They decided to put Bonds on the bags by intentional walk. So we'll see the simulation here. It's tied 1-1, and of course Bonds unable to do anything. Then you see Jason Coble again, just on fire, hits another home run, and it gets him, and then the Diamondbacks up by 1. And as you see here, we're trying everything and end up coming short of winning this game. And there you see Bonds 0-for-3, and he's definitely getting a chewing out from the manager there. And the final score 2-1. St. Louis Cardinals are now trailing 3 games in this series. So Diamondbacks right here, this is basically an elimination game for the Cardinals. Cardinals either win or they go home and watch the World Series from home. So I'm sure they are going to want to try to do anything and everything to make sure they don't have to watch the series at home, and hopefully would want the series, the World Series, to come home with them in it. So there you see, the game 3 was 2-1. Hernandez, the Diamondbacks win that one. Sanchez is marked as the losing pitcher there. So there you see Cahill for the Diamondbacks is going to be our pitcher, or going to be their pitcher. And then you see our pitcher, Mr. Strasburg. Hopefully he can turn this around after he had a bad showing there in the first game of the series, losing 6-3. So we'll go ahead, and there you see the numbers right there. 3 starts. He's 1-1 for the so far in the playoffs, and an ERA of 3.38. So hopefully Strasburg can come out and have the pitchers out there swinging and missing. As for our lineup, Bonds and Holiday and Molina, definitely that's the heart of the order. Needs to get their bats rattling and get ready to go on the field here. So as you see here, we look at his Trevor Cahill's profile there, young pitcher. This is his first playoff appearance, so no numbers on him. So this will definitely be a good chance to try to get maybe this young pitcher rattled some. So full count here, 2-2. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on board, and this one's going high, and this one is not deep enough to be a home run. It's an easy center field catch there by the center fielder for an out. So we changed sides, and there you see the ball game tied still 0-0 at the end of the end of their side of the first. So we'll go ahead and 0-2 pitch right there. That changeup right there gets on Bonds, and Bonds unable to pick that up with I believe 2 runners on and at first and second, unable to move those over. So you see Diamondbacks, they've already scored 1 run here near the 3rd inning here. And so we go to the top of the 5th here with nobody on board, 2 outs, a 1-1 pitch. And then you see a nice hit ball right back to the pitcher and right up the middle there, and gets him a base hit for Bonds. And I believe that will be his 2nd base hit so far in this series. So, hopefully things can turn around. Again, this is an elimination game, so the Cardinals have to try to do anything and everything to make sure that the team can get to the World Series here. So they have to win this, basically going to have to win this game and the next 3 to stay alive. So here we go. And then you see Bonds gets another base hit right there for a single right there on that pitch. And so that makes it now 3 hits in so far this series. 2 hits just tonight for Bonds. And as we see the replay here, Bonds chops that one right past the 3rd baseman there, the shortstop and 3rd baseman, and neither one are able to get there. So, like I said again, we have to win we have to win this game and the next 3 to stay alive and continue on the playoffs. And then you see we win the game 3-2. Strasburg gets his 2nd win of the playoffs. And you see Jason Mott gets his 3rd save, and Bonds very well for the night. Not really driving any runs in, but definitely getting 2 hits out of that game so far. Game so far at this point. So 3 hits already in this series, and you see we are now still trailing by 2 games in this series. So go ahead and get to Game 5 of this series. Again, the Diamondbacks lead the series 3-1, and Game 5. Again, this is another elimination game. We have to definitely try to, put some runs on the board and not leave so many guys stranded. And when it comes to defense, be solid there and not committing any errors, and help out the pitcher as much as we can. Also, the pitcher needs to, realize he has a good defense and kind of, lean on us to help him out to get the outs that he needs so we can get through the ball game. So there you see Strasburg wins that game there, and of course they are decided to get their Game 1 starter here. Ian Kennedy on the mound. There you see Miller for us in Game 5. Now, like I said, he had 10 strikeouts in the last game. Kennedy did against the Cardinals, so we have to make sure we don't strike out as much as we did last time. Hopefully, the guys were able to watch video on him and figure out what his routines, his combination pitches that he was using on their at bat. So there you see we seen the pitchers matching up there, and of course there's our starting lineup for tonight. There you see Bonds at number 3 with Holiday and Molina right behind him. So there you see 2 wins, no losses, ERA of $1.80. And there you see 15 innings already pitched in this so far in the playoffs, with 13 hits, 1 walk, and 16 strikeouts. So he's definitely doing a great job there when you talk about strikeouts, especially here in the playoffs. So we'll have to try to see if we can do anything on Ian Kisner and get him out of there as soon as possible. So 0-1 the count is for Bonds with 2 outs, nobody on board. And then you see a nice play there, a nice hit there for a single for Bonds, and Bonds is able to get on base. So that's now 4 hits, I believe, for him so far in this series, and his first hit of this game right here at his first at bat. So you see in the replay a nice hit, a follow through, and actually I talked to him before this game, and he said he actually felt a lot more better after they got that win for the night before. And now it's kind of off his mind now. So you see he gets into that double play right there, unable to break it up, and they do end up getting out on that play. So top of the 6th here with a runner at first, 2 outs, 2-1 the pitch, and this one is deep This one is it gone? Is it? Yes, it is gone. Home run. Theo Bonds. That is, I believe, his 4th home run of the playoffs. His 2nd home run in this series. And there you see he's trotting around. Wasn't for sure if the home run was going to clear, but it obviously did. But again, going back to the interview I had with him after the game from Game 4, he said that he was excited and he's happy that they were able to win a game, and he was he didn't do as much as he's wanted to, but just having that burden off of him, getting that win and avoiding getting eliminated really helped him out. So he was able to sleep and be able to focus more on the ball game. So we go to the top of the 9th here. We are leading by 3, and this one, another home run by Theo Bonds. Yes, it is a home run. Ian Kennedy and his believe he was already pulled out in the ball game after the first home run, but there you see he hits another home run, and Ian Kennedy will not be getting the win for this game. There you see Bonds trotting around, his 5th home run in this playoff so far, his 3rd in this series. So there you see getting some love from his teammate from Holiday right there. And this one, he just gets all of it. It's right in his wheelhouse, and he just pulls it and just takes it away. Now, as you remember, he did hit quite a few home runs in this ballpark. This ballpark's been very friendly to him this past regular season. And there you see that one goes into the stands there. So you see 3 for 4 for Bonds for the day, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and we win the game 4-0. And Shelby Miller gets the win and holds it down for us. So we won Game 5. So now we have a Game 6, but we're still not out of the doghouse, you guys. We still have to win this one to avoid from getting eliminated. So there you see Diamondbacks still lead the series 3-2, and we have to win Game 6 here at home so we can move it to a Game 4 and force them to a winner-takes-all type of game, which will be Game 7 here. So we have to win this one, and if we win this one, then the next night we'll play for Game 7, and everything will be on the line, and whoever wins that game will be the National League champions. So there you see 4-0 in that last game. Ian Kennedy gets the loss, and there you see Adam Wainwright right there, number 50, but the Cy Young winner of the year for this season there, getting warmed up. So we'll see him on the mound for the Cardinals as he hopefully takes us to Game 6 and win a Game 6 here. There you see Brandon McCarthy, 2 starts already with 1 win, and really not an ERA. So he's pitching very well in the playoffs, not really giving up any runs. So we'll see. There you see the Diamondbacks lineup here, and of course Jason Coble, who's been on fire right now, still batting cleanup, and still doing very, very well. And he's still a dangerous guy right now. So we're gonna have to do a lot to avoid him. Definitely not have runners in scoring position when he's at bat. So there you see the numbers for Adam Wainwright, and so far what he's done in the playoffs here. And now we're gonna move, and there you see the crowd, and the St. Louis crowd will get behind the Cardinals. So bottom of the first here, nobody, 1 runner on second, nobody scored, and there you see a drop third strike, and Bonds runs it, and they get the routine play, doing housekeeping there at first to make sure he's out. So there you see already in the American League, the Angels will be representing the American League there for the World Series there, and they're just sitting around waiting to see who's going to win this series between us and the Diamondbacks. So bottom of the third here with one ball game at 1-1 and nobody on board, 1 out. And then you see Bonds gets a nice hit for a single. And again, we definitely may have to work on his speed during the off season there. As you see, unable to get a double, but he does get on the base safely with a single there. And of course, there you see McCarthy not thinking, yeah, that was pretty close. A couple more inches, and that ball would have been gone. So bottom of the 6th here, nobody on board, nobody out. And you see Bonds hits that one, not unable to get past the second baseman there, Aaron Hill, and he is thrown out there by Hill and thrown out at first. So bottom of the 8th here, tied 1-1 still, nobody on board, nobody out. A 1-2 pitch, and Bonds gets struck out, taken away in that one, that change up there for that out. So we'll hopefully see the replay here. As you see here, this changeup gets on him. It comes inside a little bit, but yeah, definitely drops right there as soon as it gets to the plate and out of the zone. So there you see Kubel again hits a home run and gets them on the board here. So it's 2-1 now. And we're just showing you some of the simulation here, as you guys can pause the video if you guys want to see who did what and what happened. But there you see Jason Mott trying to do everything to get that save. He does as we win the ball game 2-1. There you see Jason Mott gets his 4th save, and of course Bonds is 1 for 4 for the day, and we are alive. So we're down. We were down by 3 games. We came back and won Game 4 and won Game 5, both in Arizona, and then came home to win Game 6. And now we are in the spot that we definitely, you really don't want to be in this spot, but at the same time you got the momentum, and so why not just keep pushing forward. So Game 7 here for the National League Championship, and we'll see what we can do, if we can do anything against them to break this tie and be able to represent the National League for the World Series. So you see tie series 3-3. Excuse me. Chips are all on the table. Everyone at the table is going to have to put in, and we're going to see who's going to be making a first bluff. So there you see the fans very excited about this game. But at the same time, a little nervous because this game can go either way. And there you see the recap of the series so far. I don't have to read it. You know what happened. You guys can pause the video and find out, look at the scores and whatnot. And there you see Lynn's going to be on the mound for us. Hudson's going to come back on the mound for the D-backs. And everyone is just going to sit back and watch a really good National League Championship game, Game 7, in this MLB postseason. So there you see Daniel Hudson and Lance Lynn, their numbers right there so far in the playoffs. And hopefully Lynn can come alive and definitely help out the batters there by striking out these guys and getting the Cardinals bats up more often than the Arizona bats. So you see the lineup there, and of course the threat right there, I would say Jason Kubel, who hit a home run last night, came close of win that game for them and eliminating us. So we have to do, everyone, all hands on deck on this game. Anyone can be used, any starter could be used at any time. We can bring out Strasburg again if need be, or even Shelby Miller, who could come in at this time by only having a couple days rest. So bottom of the 1st here, we're down by 4 already with 1 out, and there you see Bonds able to find a hole in their defense and able to get the runner from 1st to 3rd there. So now we have runners at 1st. They're on the corners there at 1st and 3rd, and definitely Holiday could definitely hit a base hit and drive in a run, start a rally that we need badly in this ball game. So you see Hudson thinking, man, I really don't want to pitch to Bonds. Maybe we just could pitch around him. So we got runners at 1st or 3rd and 2nd and 3rd. And then you see Bonds hits that one deep. Is it deep enough to be gone? Yes, it is. It's a home run. It's a 3-run shot for Theo Bonds. That now makes it 4-3. I believe we trailed by 1 in this ball game. And we'll see the replay here. I didn't think it was going to clear, but it actually cleared the way there for the Redbirds, as we see here in the replay. This one just gets up there, and it looks like it was going to fall short right on the wall. It was either going to hit the wall or it was going to be short at the wall. But there you see 394 is the tail of the tape for that home run, and that one is long gone. So bottom of the fifth here, we're trailing by 1, 2 outs, nobody on board, a 2-1 pitch, and this one gets slapped there in the deep part of the ball field, but it's a home run. Didn't look like it was going to be a home run. It looked like it was going to be short and hit off the wall somewhere in the warning track, and Bonds hits it, and it's able to tie up the ball game here, now making it 5-5. Cardinals are coming back strong, and there you see, goodbye baseball. I definitely thought, like I said, it was going to hit off the wall or come short of the warning track there. It would definitely give him a good double, but excuse me. But there you go. That one gets over the wall, and that one is long gone. So here, bottom of the seventh here with ties 6-6. But Bonds ends up going for a high fastball there, and ends up popping out. Not a good idea for doing that right now in the ball game at this point when you got a runner in scoring position. But there you see at the end of the seventh, it's a tie ball game, 6-all. There you see 10 hits for the Cardinals and 8 for Arizona. So now we're going to show you some simulation of the game and what happened and whatnot in this game. And I'm telling you, this game was very intense watching this. It went kind of back and forth, as you see here, throughout the simulation. I believe there was a pitch out or ground out or whatever, and it just went back and forth. It was really making me nervous seeing this because, really want to see the Cardinals and especially Theo to get through this series. But so go ahead and get to his next at-bat here. So it's tied 6-6, and I believe we are in the ninth inning, bottom of the 10th. We're in extra frames, so 2 outs, nobody on board, a 2-0 pitch, and this one gets popped straight up. Bonds should have just taken that one. He had the count in his favor, and there you see a pop out to center field. So Bonds a little jumpy there. I was hoping that he could be the hero of the game there. As we end the 10th, they're still tied 6-6, and we go ahead into another simulation here. So we sim it and see what happens. They're at bats, and there you see Holiday try to do something. Molina try to do something. Ugla gets on board. Johnny Pedroia gets on board. And then you see Jason Kubel moves a runner from first to second. And then you see they're up by a run now. So you see we're down by a run, and I believe we go into the 12th, and we are up to bat right now. And no, we are unable to, I believe, the final score being 7-6, we're unable to get the win. And you see Bonds 3 for 5 for the game, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. There you see Jason Kubel 3 for 5, a home run. So yeah, a great day for him and the Diamondbacks. But unfortunately, the Cardinals are not going to go to the World Series. So it's been a great season. You see the Cardinals have been eliminated from the playoffs by the Diamondbacks. So it's been a great season for not just for the Cardinals, but a tremendous season for Theo Bonds and what he has done already. I mean, he's won. Well, let's start off. He's within the first 2. He was in the starting lineup for the first 2 weeks of the season, but then got into the lineup as an everyday guy. Turned around, had a great first half in the baseball season. Got invited, did so well. He got invited to the playoffs, to the All-Star game. And as you see, the Angels had defeated the Diamondbacks, so that's a good thing for the World Series. So the Angels are the World Series champions for our series. But yeah, I mean, just think about all the things we've seen from Theo. Win All-Star game, winning the Home Run Derby, being the NL MVP of the season, also the Rookie of the Year, and I mean, and then top it off, I mean, the home run king, hitting 74 home runs, beating his cousin by 1 home run for the single season. So, I mean, this kid has nothing to be disappointed about. Certainly, his family is proud of him, and I know I am by following his career. I'm proud of him, what he's done so far. So, there you see 7 home runs, 12 RBIs, and an average of 347. So, you guys come on back for another episode. We'll look at the postseason, or excuse me, off season. We'll begin the off season and see what he can do in his second year as a Major League Baseball player. So definitely, guys, come on back. I enjoyed this series. I'm going to try to continue this series as much as possible and eventually bring him over to MLB 14. I'll have a video about that here. It'll be the next video when we do the offseason. I'll talk more about that, and also a possible new character in MLB 14 coming up very soon. So, you guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe and check out the other series here on ESGNet. And definitely follow us on Facebook, like us on, or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and definitely check out our Tumblr page. The links are all down below in the description. And as always, you guys, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.